So as I'm sure it's no surprise, I love all things colorful and sparkly and wonderful, and unfortunately for me, that means I have a bad habit of collecting washi tape. Over the years, my collection has grown quite significantly, and part of the problem is that I keep it in a small drawer in my closet, which means I don't often see what I have, and the drawers only come out like halfway, so the washi tape that's kind of in the back, I don't really see unless I pull out the whole drawer. So that's led to copious amounts of washi tape being collected. So I figured it's probably time to organize my washi tapes and get them out into an organization system where they're easy to access and I can see them all, so I don't really feel the need to buy more because I can see all of the wonderful options that I have in front of me. Now I haven't actually counted how much washi tape I own, but it fills up 2 of the couple drawers from Ikea, and I feel like it's probably around maybe 200, maybe 250. I don't know, some of them are really thin. Yeah. So it's probably gonna take a very large organization system to get all of this into some sort of order. Ideally, I want to put my washi tape somewhere visible. Unfortunately, I don't really have much space on any of my pegboards, so it's gonna have to go on one of the 2 shelves that I have in this craft room. One of the best spots for this collection, I think, will be the bookshelf that I have beside my main working table. It's easy to see, and whenever I'm doing journaling or pen paling or whatever other scrapbooking craft, whatever, I can see all my washi tape and I can reach them with more or less ease, and I think I should have just enough space before it hits the wall plug to actually get all my washi tapes up. To tackle this problem, I was sure of mostly one thing. I didn't want an organization system where the washi tape would be on some sort of rod, because it'd be really difficult to pull the washi tape off to actually be able to use it. I wanted something where I can pick the washi tape up and put it down and back into its container when I was done with it. I headed off to Pinterest for a little bit of inspirational perusing, and unfortunately nothing really caught my eye. Most of the organization systems were either go out to so-and-so store and find container to use it in, and then put said container into drawer or other space, or there were storage solutions for pegboards, etc. that again still used that whole rod through the washi tapes idea, so the washi tapes were still really difficult to pull off. I decided one of the ways to get around this was going to be making some sort of container. I started with the simple approach, which is make a cardboard box of some sort and then put your washi tapes in it. Now, in my collection, I have a variety of different sizes of washi tape because they come from all kinds of different stores. So I've got teeny tiny ones and I've got really big wide ones as well that are quite poofy. So that means that my container has to be big enough to store my biggest washi tape. So for me, that was 2¼ inches in width for the container that I had to make. So I have this big stack of backing board that I'm probably not gonna use for any of my bookbinding projects, so I figured it's gonna be sturdy enough when it's all together that it will work really well as a container. To create my first container, the idea of it was I'm gonna make a rectangular box, but I obviously didn't want the back and the front of the container to be the same size because I wanted to see more of my washi tape. So I decided that the back was going to be the full height of my washi tape, which is going to be about 2¼ inches, and the front was only going to be about 3/4 inches so that it would hold the washi tape from rolling around, but I could still see the majority of the washi tapes. From there, it was just a couple of rectangles, one big rectangle for the back, one big rectangle for the main bottom area, a smaller rectangle for the front, and then a triangle piece for the sides to hold it all together. I made sure to hold the pieces of backing board together with masking tape while I put the glue down so that the glue can go in exactly the correct spot and the box would still have the shape that I was expecting. And this is what I ended up with. It's just a simple rectangular box, more or less. The nice thing about it was actually quite sturdy and would hold the washi tapes really well. The things I didn't like about it, well, you could see the hot glue, and I was super careful with how I glued this box together, so that was pretty much the best I could do, and while it's not super noticeable when you put the washi tapes in, it still kind of bothered me a little bit. The other downside, obviously, it's a boring black box. Yes, I could fix this by putting washi tape on it, but it still wasn't quite right. And I think the biggest drawback for me was the fact that it had to be the biggest size of washi that I own. Most of my washi tapes are actually pretty small, so when I put them in here, there's about a 1/2 inch gap at the front, which means that it would roll around and not be super secure, and I wasn't really happy with that design. The next solution I decided to try was a rail system. I figured if there were 2 rails of some sort of wood or piping that I could put a washi tape on top of, it could cradle it so it wouldn't rock away, but then it didn't matter how big the washi tape was, as long as the minimum distance between the rails was small enough to prevent the central cores from falling through. The washi tape could just sit on top of these rails and be supported in a nice way. I found these 1/4 inch dowels at my local craft store, and they were, I think, $1 for 10 of these pieces, or maybe it was $2. In any case, they were super cheap, and they were perfect because they're nice and sturdy because they're quite thick and they're wood. And they're light enough that I could mount them with a wire or whatever else on the system that I was planning on using them on. And they were super easy to work with because they're just plain wooden rods, so I could cut them and shape them and do whatever I needed to them in order to make my system work. In order to hold the rods in place, I needed some sort of end brackets to hold them in the exact position that I needed them. For this, I decided to go a little bit more high tech. I went on to Fusion 360 and designed a very simple and effective bracket to hold my dowels in place. I basically made a triangle with 2 holes for the rods to go into and a smaller hole to be able to mount it to whatever. The plan was I could put some sort of wire or maybe a ring through the top little hole and be able to hang it on a wide variety of applications like a pegboard, or maybe even on the wall, or maybe on my bookshelf. If you also want to use the same file to create your own rail system, I'll provide a link below to a free download for the file on Thingiverse. They turned out really well, and they were really easy to print. It only took just under an hour on my Dremel printer to print them at a standard resolution, so if you were planning on printing these at a local library, which has timing limits on what you can print, these would be really great to do there. Now for some troubleshooting. The holders that I made the hole for the dowels to be exactly 1/4 inch to fit the dowels themselves. And I figured it'd be a little bit of a snug fit, but I could wiggle the wooden rod into the plastic to ensure that it was a really good tight grip, so I wouldn't really need to use glue. I could just hold them together with pressure. The problem though, because the dowels are a little bit irregular and sometimes were a little bit swollen at the ends, it was really difficult to actually get those dowels into the printed part. Super simple solution to this is to use a regular pencil sharpener. These wooden dowels are actually about the same size as a regular pencil, so you can use them in a pencil sharpener, do one quick twist, and you get a nice tapered end to your rod, and then you can insert it into the holder without any problem. Now you can simply rely on the pressure fit of the rods in the holders. However, I was planning on mounting mine higher up, so I wanted to make sure they were super secure, so I just added a bit of crazy glue on the inside of the holders, and they were good to go. And this is the final product. It's a super simple rail system, and any size washi tape can fit on it. To attach my holders to my bookshelf, I used some more of the 1/4 inch rods. I cut them down to 2-inch chunks and then inserted them into the pre-drilled holes that are in the bookshelf. I used these basically as pegs to hold up the wire that I was wrapping around the main support of the bookshelf. This way, my holders would stay exactly in place and were super sturdy. You can do something similar. This can go on your wall on some push pins or some screws. You can put it on your pegboard, wherever you have space. All you need to do is thread a metal wire to create a loop through the top holder hole, and then you can put it anywhere you have space for it. And that's it. Hopefully this storage solution helps you organize your washi tapes. Don't forget the link to the free 3D file is down below on my Thingiverse account, and I'll see you next time.